Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morty. And so today, we're talking about Nicholas Castellanos and Tony Kemp being traded to the Chicago Cubs. Now, both of these happened separately, but I thought I'd put them in the same video for you guys. Two pretty big names, and definitely guys that are going to impact the Cubs for the better come, the last couple weeks of the regular season. So with that being said, let's just get right into the Nicholas Castellanos trade. So here's a quick overview of the trade, very simple on both behalves of the Tigers and the Cubs. I'm probably going to say both the pitcher prospects' names wrong, but just bear with me, I do apologize. So outfielder Nicholas Castellanos was traded to the Chicago Cubs in exchange for pitching prospects Alex Lange and Paul Richan. I don't know how to say them. Again, I do apologize. I'm trying my best out here. So Nicholas Castellanos was one of two Major League Baseball Tigers who were traded the day of the deadline, the other being Shane Green. We talked about him on the channel already, so if you guys want to go check out that video, you can use the link down below in the description box to do so. So in 2019, Nicholas Castellanos has 411 at-bats with a 273 average, 11 home runs, 37 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and a 788 OPS. However, in his career, he has 3,156 at-bats with a 274 average, 104 home runs, 424 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, and a 783 OPS. Now, the Cubs are definitely contenders at this point in time. Whether or not they'll stay in the division title or there'll be a wild card race, we don't know yet, but they should make it into extra games for the postseason. I think right here, Nicholas Castellanos is a huge pickup. He's definitely going to add to their starting outfield depth, and he will be a starter, I believe, out in right field. I think that's huge for them because they had guys like Albert Almora Jr. who were kind of playing positions out there, but now that you have a veteran guy in Nick, you can go ahead and use him and throw him out there in right field. He's got a pretty nice bat as well. I mean, hitting 273, 11 home runs, 37 RBIs. It all just kind of depends on the placement. Like RBI-wise, it depends on where you're placed in the lineup. So if he's up at the top there, he's not always going to have a whole lot of opportunities to bring in runs. But I don't know where he'll be put with the Cubs. So it'll be exciting to see what he can do with them, and he'll definitely help them out big time. So in return, the Detroit Tigers got Alex Lange. Again, I apologize, I said his name wrong. But he has played 3 years of minor league baseball, and in those years, he has a 9-21 record with a 4.62 ERA in 45 games pitched. He has thrown 216.1 innings with 193 strikeouts and a 1.35 whip. He's going to need a lot of work before any time in Major League Baseball. And I mean, at this point, maybe that's an improvement for someone on the team. With the Tigers, I don't know really who their starters are at this point in time. He could be better than the number 4 and number 5 guy. I don't know. But he's definitely going to need a lot of technique work. And he'll need to alter some things probably with his delivery if he's getting lit up that much. And he has a 9-21 record. Not great. He definitely could be something though. I just really hope this wasn't the topper. I mean, Paul Richan has better stats. So I don't think Alex was the topper here because that would be actually a little upsetting on the Tigers' behalf because it seems like the Cubs kind of underpaid for him. It's a Cubs complete steal, but the Tigers I just don't think got enough back for the veteran outfielder. I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So Paul has 2 years of minor league experience, in which case he has accumulated a 10-7 record with a 3.52 ERA in 27 games with 122.2 innings pitched, 117 strikeouts, and a 1.13 whip. So he's definitely, statistic-wise, better than Alex at this point. I don't know if he's reached the level that Alex has reached. Maybe it's a little more competitive up where Lange is at this point in time, and that's why he's getting hit so much, and he's giving up so many runs, he's losing so many games. But I could be wrong. I don't know where the Tigers rank in regards to the prospects and farm system that they have in all of Major League Baseball, but they're definitely trying to rebuild within these next couple of years. Will these guys be part of it, or will they flip them or sell them for another prospect or another minor Major League level guy? Who knows? We'll have to just wait and see. That probably won't happen for at least another year though, so maybe we'll see one of these prospects on the move, or we'll see them just stay in the farm with the Tigers and maybe come up with the Tigers too. So as I mentioned, Castellanos will definitely be a starting outfielder for the Cubs, and they also traded for Tony Kemp that day from the Houston Astros. He will probably be their starter at second now as well. So Tony Kemp was traded from the Astros to the Cubs, and in return, Houston acquired catcher Martin Maldonado, which is actually funny because Maldonado was originally acquired by the Cubs about 2 weeks before the deadline. And he was needed while Wilson Contreras was out with an injury. He was going to be the backup man when Contreras came back. But he just kind of started every game Wilson was out. And now that the deadline approached, the Cubs were like, hey, let's flip him. If you guys want to see my Martin Maldonado trade video, you guys can go ahead and use the link down below in the description box as well. So in 2019, Tony Kemp has 166 at-bats with a 223 average, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, and a .713 OPS. It's not a huge bat, but he's a versatile player. He will probably start at second while Ben Zobrist is out on the restricted list. And maybe he'll even be the everyday starter when Zobrist comes back. I don't know when that will be, but we'll have to kind of wait to figure that out. I believe he could also play outfield too, so he can be used pretty much anywhere and everywhere. So that's definitely huge for the Cubs because he doesn't hit for average. He's not like a power guy, but he's really good defensively, and I think that's really why the Cubs went after him in the first place. In 2019, Martin Maldonado has 254 at-bats with a 217 average, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs, no stolen bases, and a 634 OPS. So offensively, they traded for a better guy. You just gotta hope that Wilson Contreras isn't out again, because then you'll just have to rely on Victor Caratini. He'll be really your only guy catching if Contreras, anything happens to him within these next couple of weeks. He was with the Astros back in 2018. Of course, now I'm referring to Martin Maldonado. So now he'll be going back to Houston, and he's no longer needed. This is pretty much a low-risk, low reward, I'm not sure. But for both teams, they got, either a starter or a backup guy. And again, similar players offensively this year. So they're not really losing much of anything. Martin especially was just acquired by the Cubs, so he wasn't really with them for a long time. He didn't really tenure with them. So he's not really going to be like a huge loss when it comes to the clubhouse. And I think the Cubs win this trade. Do the Astros really need another catcher? I mean, they have Evan Gattis right now. I don't know who their backup is. Maybe they don't have one. So that's why they needed a Martin. I don't know who's going to win the trade overall. The Astros probably could have won without Maldonado on the team, and I'm thinking maybe the Cubs could have done the same thing without Kemp. I'm not sure. I want you guys to let me know down below in the comment section who really wins this trade of Tony Kemp and Martin Maldonado. So I looked at these stats a little bit before I made this video. So some of these numbers might be wrong as of the day you guys watch this. But when I last checked, the Cubs were 58 and 51, a half game back of the Cardinals who are first in the NL Central, and the Cubs are half a game ahead of the Phillies and Nationals, who are tied for the second wildcard spot right now in the National League. So they are in the postseason at the moment. They need to keep winning games. Hopefully Tony Kemp can help them. Nicholas Castellanos, I'm sure, will be a nice addition as well, and he will impact the team for the better. And if that is the case, the Cubs might have themselves a division title this year. And who knows how far they will go. We'll have to kind of see who they match up against in the playoffs. Because right now, really nothing is finalized other than the Dodgers in the National League, because they're, of course, going to the postseason right now. They're probably also going to make it to the World Series. So that's going to end this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe, turn your notifications on, because we will be talking about Scooter not being traded. Then we have 2 more trade deadline videos that will be coming up after that upload. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.